Just be like, hi, how are you? Right? Ask them what they liked about the video. How can you help them? See what you can do. And so you go from 10 comments to 20 comments because you reply to all of them. And then let's say half of them actually reply to your question. You just went from 10 comments to 25 comments. Okay, that's a 2.5 increase in your videos immediately just by doing that. Okay, and then the last thing. This one is a little bit psychological. It's not a quick tip, but your on-screen text and your videos should not be about you. This is going to piss so many people off. Your video should not be about you if you want to grow. Your day in the life, your get ready with me, your vlog, your anything. People, this is just a principle in life. Humans are interested in what they can get for themselves, and this is subconscious. This is very subconscious. People in the comments could be like, oh, I like hearing about people's days. No, you don't. Not in the grand scheme of things. Out of 100 videos, you're going to gravitate towards 90 videos that give you something. Gives you a recipe, gives you a journaling tactic, it gives you a new framework, it gives you humor, it gives you a little giggle, maybe, but it still gave you something. Okay, so if you can flip your framework from me to them. So a really, really, really simple example of this is how I meditate for 10 minutes a day could just be how you can meditate for 10 minutes a day. That's a really low-hanging, basic example. But these are the 5 tips. I'm gonna run through them one more time. Add captions for 30% more views. On-screen text will increase your people watched through the first 3 seconds by, I would guess, 15 to 20%. Move the speed to 1.1 speed in the CapCut app instead of the TikTok app. That'll probably give you another 15% retention rate, 15% more views. Comments, you'll go from 1 comment to 2.5 to 3 comments, or 1 comment equals 3 comments. That could be literally a 50% increase in views. And then make your content about the viewer, not about yourself. That right there is probably, I don't know, dude. This math doesn't even make sense. Probably will triple your views. Just start doing it.
TikTok have released their 2025 report that is telling us exactly what is working when people are trying to grow on TikTok. So I'm going to go through the highlights and what you can learn from this so you can change your approach to TikTok in 2025 so you can get more consistently high views, gain followers, and monetize the way that you really want to. But quickly, we drop TikTok updates all the time and share tips and tricks for free on our account on how to grow on TikTok and how we grew our TikTok account to over 100,000 followers in under 4 months. So make sure you drop us a follow so you don't miss anything. Now, this TikTok report was obviously created for people who have helped TikTok generate some more business, which is businesses. But in this report, they break down how businesses saw the most success on TikTok, organically and through advertising. So I'm going to touch on the organic stuff that worked, and if it's working for businesses, and you'll see it's quite personal, then it should work for everybody else trying to grow on here. So the first thing that's working really, really well at the moment is called the power of perspective, which means the brands and businesses that are growing the most are sharing unique points of views within their niche to target the audience of that niche. So it can't just be telling them facts and statements. What's working is sharing personal stories within a niche that can relate to people. We've seen this in a lot of business accounts that we're helping grow, and it's really, really true. The power of storytelling and being able to relate to your audience, probably the most important thing you need to be thinking about when you're doing your content strategy. Now, another point that's working most from this report is targeting your content to a specific era. I don't know how to pronounce it, but essentially you're breaking down your target audience into people of specific age groups. So going one step further from sharing your POV, you have to be hyper personalized with your content by essentially targeting the people who are within the same life stage as you. That's the content that's really going to work. Hopefully you can take something away from that and think, who are the demographic that I can get in front of and it be the most powerful. The third signal that TikTok are seeing that's doing really, really well across the board is a thing that they call trust fund. Essentially, that just means content that's generating the most amount of comments through natural conversation, so none of this teamwork or mass following, is the content that sees the most success initially. You need to be providing a way to spark conversation in your videos if you want them to take off and want them to take off more consistently. That makes sense, and maybe the next one makes even more sense, which is what TikTok calls constant confidant. Confidant. This shows through their research, they have seen that consumers are paying the most attention to brands that are always there for them. Obviously, this is marketing terms, but essentially, if you've created a TikTok account trying to help a certain subset of people, you need to be showing up every time they're asking a question, every time they're trying to research a topic, every time they have a problem. not just through creating videos that are entertaining to you. So how can you map out everything like this to make sure you get in front of the right people more often? That's obviously going to work better in the long run and build up that trust and build up that confidence and turn your viewers into followers. Now, the next two signals I want to book together are about AI and remixing. TikTok study has obviously shown that the use of AI has helped accelerate people's growth on TikTok. Basically because it cuts down the research stage and it cuts down the content strategy stage. So is there any way that you can use AI to streamline your process to make sure that you're getting more videos out relevant to all the previous signals so that you can grow quicker? And secondly, remix. This makes sense because it just means that the accounts that are experimenting the most grow the most, because you can have a look at all the other signals that we provided, and unless you're experimenting to see what works best for all of those signals, how are you going to get the most views for every video you put out? So make sure you're experimenting, please. We're going to sing this from the rooftops. And the final signal I want to go through is the comment cart, which basically just means the accounts that are growing the most are the accounts that are listening to their comments the most and responding to common questions and themes that are in their comments. Please don't neglect them. Make sure you use them as content ideas. Now, if you want to join the 100 people that we are helping in February through our TikTok Growth Academy with structured courses, one-on-one support from experienced TikTok coaches, and the growth games where you can earn money through growing on TikTok, then click the link in our bio to sign up for our priority list, which guarantees your access on the next launch of the 21st of Feb. And if it's after that date when you're seeing this, we will have another launch soon, so make sure you're on that list, and we'll get loads of valuable content out to you in the meantime.
One of the most underrated skill sets for a top 1% content creator is the ability to analyze data. Okay, what does this actually mean? I'm going to give you a quick little example. We're going to do a little tutorial on how to analyze data. Let's say right here below the screen we're looking at 10 TikTok videos. We're looking at our 10 most recent TikTok videos in the last week. You're going to ask yourselves 5 questions based off of the outliers. Out of the 10, you're trying to find the outlier. Maybe you average 1,000 views and you had 2 of them get 4,000 views. Okay, we have identified our outliers. We have now basically 5 questions to ask ourselves. Number 1, what is the format? What is the format that worked here? Okay, was it talking head? This is a talking head video. You're standing in front of a camera and I'm just talking. Was it green screen? Was it B-roll? Was I walking? Was it a reaction video? You know, what was the style or format of the video? Could that have been what led to the outlier? Number 2, this is the most important one, guys. If I could condense this down into one word, what would this video be about? This is what I would call your idea of the video or the topic of the idea, but most importantly, it becomes your buzzword. So if you look at my page, anytime I say the words personal brand in the on-screen text, it is probably going to go pretty viral. That is a buzzword for me.